Hello and welcome to the Naylor Newscast Station of Canada. I'm your host, Kaelan Naylor, and today we have with us neurosurgeon Dr. John Polina to discuss concussions. Welcome, John. Nearly all collegiate and professional sports teams use baseline testing for concussions. Do you feel that these accurately assess athletes?
Yes, baseline testing is necessary in order to identify subtle cognitive changes or symptoms a player may have after head injury that may not be apparent when simply examining or interviewing an athlete. It allows for a point of reference for the physician or trainer to use in accurately assessing athletes.
Interesting. Why do you think some professional athletes are more prone to concussions than others?
Good question. There is no definite research to explain why some athletes may be more prone to concussion. It may be due to the fact that prior concussions may create a susceptibility to further injury, but again, this hasn't been proven scientifically.
Okay. What is your opinion on today's rules in the NHL and NFL in regards to head contact? Do you think that these rules need to be adjusted?
These rules are a good effort to help reduce the risk of head injury. What will need to be studied is if, in fact, they have any significant effect. Whether the rules need to be adjusted will depend on the study of how these rules affect the incidence of head injury.
That's a good point there, Dr. Polina. In your professional opinion, at what age do you think that contact should be introduced into sports?
Well, in my opinion, not until the brain is fully developed, which is in the later teen years.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Next question. What kind of improvements have been made in the diagnosis of concussions?
The real improvement has been in the awareness and recognition of symptoms of a concussion. There is still no test that a trainer or doctor can do to definitely diagnose a concussion. Rather, they must rely on their patients to relay their symptoms and situation, and from there, a diagnosis of concussions can be made.
Interesting. How do doctors know when someone has experienced too many concussions? Is there a specific amount that is considered too many?
There is no known safe number of concussions. Research does show that after approximately 4 concussions, the rate of permanent brain damage leading to future cognitive impairment rises considerably.
Wow, being someone who has experienced concussions myself, that is a scary number. Last question here, Dr. Polina. Do you believe that the research in concussions will lead to a cure or a prevention of concussions?
I do believe research will give us a better understanding of how concussions affect the structure and function of the brain. Also, it will shed light on the exact mechanism in which concussions occur. From there, perhaps better equipment may develop and thus decrease both the incidence and severity of concussions in athletes.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. On behalf of Naylor Newscast Station, I'd like to thank Dr. Polina for his time and input. Good night, Canada.